They told you no, they said they were sorry. Whatever the reason or credit story, it doesn't matter, we'll make it easy. Get approved with Approval Genie.
Kunjar Sharma and Associates.
If you have debts,
make a proposal, avoid bankruptcy.
stop garnishment, interest, and penalties.
Stop all collection calls.
Stop bank and income tax debts.
Go to
Kunjar Sharma and Associates.
नेपाली कम्युनिटीका गतिविधिहरू विशेष गरी टोरन्टो जिटिएमा बस्ने नेपाली समुदायका विभिन्न एक्टिभिटिजहरू प्रस्तुत गर्छु म यो कार्यक्रममा गीत संगीतहरू हुन्छन् नेपालीका कथाहरू पनि हुन्छन् र आज मैले अलिकति डिफरेन्ट र अलिकति छुट्टै खालको विषयवस्तु लिएर आएको छु त्यो हो मेडिटेसन नेपालीमा ध्यान भनिन्छ ध्यान गर्दाखेरि के फाइदा हुन्छ त्यसको बारेमा कुरा गर्छु आजको यो कार्यक्रममा अमृतो भट्टराईसँग
at a candle in front of me like an object, which it is, and it's very easy to do if I'm looking at that candle right in front of me as an object, then I know very clearly that me and that candle, which is an object, is separate. I know that I am not that candle, and why do I know that? It's because I am observing that candle. So in the same premise, the thoughts in your mind, which again, a lot of times you don't really feel that much ownership over because they just come in from every which direction. You begin to start observing these thoughts, these things, these feelings. And it could be a good thought, it could be a bad thought, it could be a good feeling, it could be a bad feeling. But if you are able to observe this object which is inside of you, and you're able to observe that you are actually observing it, then immediately that separation is created. And it's a very, very, very interesting phenomenon that happens, because you begin to realize that thoughts are the building blocks of your personality. Thoughts are what tell you what religion you are, what race you are, what your name is, what your personality is, what your persona is. And as you begin to meditate more and more and more, and you begin to become relaxed with this onslaught of thoughts that are coming and coming and coming, then what ends up happening is the control that these thoughts have over you become less and less and less. And when people say they become relaxed and they become more of who they are and they have a grasp of freedom after meditating, the reality is that's happening because that hold that is coming from these internal thought processes and these conditionings over time become less and less and less. If you are angry or you're very emotional about something, instead of acting on the impulse of anger, take a second and just close your eyes and just observe and witness this phenomenon that's happening. And if you can witness this phenomenon that's happening and this anger that's happening, just doing absolutely nothing with what this anger is telling you to do, you're just observing it, then it slowly subsides. It might not happen immediately, but as long as you keep observing it and see it for what it is, then this passion that comes with anger just slowly goes away. And that's why I say being a meditator sometimes is like being a samurai on the inside, because a lot of what I consider bullshit ends up being just cut and cut and cut and cut and cut. And you realize there's a lot of it on the inside. There are many different techniques of meditation. It's almost impossible to know every single technique there is of meditation. And people often become confused. Well, some people are very active when they meditate. Some people are very passive when they meditate. Some people, it doesn't even seem like they're meditating, but they say that they're meditating. And it's all true. There is no singular technique that is going to win all other techniques. Every technique, if practiced with sincerity, with full totality, all should lead to the same point. So I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of techniques that I've used over the years. And some of them are, again, very, very, very active techniques. And some of them are very, very, very passive techniques. Let me give you an example of a passive technique, because that's what most people see. So when I took a course about 4 to 5 years ago in Barrie. It was a Vipassana course. Forgot the name, I think it's Dhamma, but I'm sure Buddhi will put the link to it. This was a very, very intense course where for almost 24 hours a day, you are doing nothing, sitting silently, speaking with no one, eating food awarely, maybe once or twice a day, vegetarian food, and you're sitting and you begin observing your breathing patterns. And it's an absolute torture, I'll be honest with you, in the beginning, because when you begin observing something so simple that you've never observed before but has so much power over you, because if you begin to stop breathing, then you're dead. But if you begin observing your breathing, then it's kind of the entryway into your entire life. And once you go through a course like this over 10 days, it becomes so simple to get back into the same rhythm. So when people have a very difficult time sitting silently for 5 or 10 minutes, when you go through a course like Vipassana and you do it for 10 days, and you go through it all with sincerity, after the 10 days, whether it's 6 months from that 10 day or a year from that 10 days, it is very, very easy to start doing that technique again. And that is one of the most traditional, most ancient meditation techniques that exist, which still have a lot of use for contemporary people. But you do need to have the right environment for it. You do need to have the right guidance for it. And doing a course like that for 10 days is a perfect beginner's way of getting yourself acquainted with one of the most ancient and most powerful meditation techniques. So when you're doing Vipassana, you are just sitting down and you're observing your breathing patterns, and there's much more details to this, and I'm not going to attempt to even explain it right now, but visually this is what you're doing for as long as the day exists. So in the beginning of this course, you start focusing on the sensations of the air coming in and out by your nostrils. And then the sensations that you start focusing on is your nose. The air coming in and out through your nose. And that's all you're doing. Just focusing on the sensations. And you do that almost for 1 or 2 days. And then you start focusing on the sensations that are happening all around your face as you're breathing in and you're breathing out. And literally, you start observing, and within that 10-day period, different sensations that are happening all across your body. And it literally gets to a point during the climax, which I consider the climax, where every little cell membrane of your body, every atomic structure of your body becomes something that you can pinpoint and become aware of it as a sensation. And it is an incredible experience with a lot of symbolic meaning to it if you take a look at yourself as a body or just a vibration, because you truly really feel like after you become that aware that you are just a vibration, and everything else is around you is just a vibration. It's a phenomenal experience. All right, I'm gonna talk about another meditation technique, which is a active meditation. The reason that I want to talk about active meditations is I just started speaking about the passive meditation of Vipassana. Active meditations are created when perhaps you don't have 10 days where you can go and be silent in a forest, and you really want to get a taste of meditation. What active meditations are designed to do is work with your body, work with your mind in a very scientific methodological way of giving you that entryway into meditation. And one of the most profound and best meditations I've ever done was or is related to dance. So the meditation I'm going to talk about is called Osho Natraj Meditation. There's many different techniques. I'm sure some of you who are familiar with this already know about it, but the Natraj meditation, which you can get on your iPhone or iPad or internet anywhere, just off of Apple Music, is a meditation that's an hour in length, and basically it involves dance. Literally 40 minutes of dance. So let me just give you a little sneak peek of this meditation. This music, which was actually composed and devised with Osho's direct help with some of his musicians, was made for people to dance. And dance is one of those things which even a monkey can do, but humans have invented. Everyone can dance. And the reason that dance is such a powerful technique, you're just allowing your body to move in whichever way that it wants to move. And your eyes are closed throughout this entire meditation, and you're just going deeper and deeper into dance. And I can tell you as a personal, within a personal experience, that once you go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into dance, just, forget about meditation for a second. You're just dancing, and you're allowing your body to dance. You disappear. You absolutely disappear into the dance. Let me just give you an example of what I'm talking about. An artist can paint, and by the end of the painting, there is a separation between the paint, the art, and the artist. And it's a beautiful experience for the artist to create something and then have this separation and look at it. But a dancer, their creation is not separate from who they are, right? The dancer and the dance, they merge together, and that's why it's such a powerful tool when it comes to meditation. And so this particular one, even if you have 10-15 minutes, you don't have to spend an hour, but I would recommend doing the whole thing. But for 40 minutes when you're dancing, your entire energy, your movements are all devoted towards that, and you disappear into that. The 20 minutes that comes in right at the end, which is dedicated toward the meditation, when you're just lying down on the floor, not sitting in a lotus position, you're just lying down. At that point, that is the climax of the meditation. You're just now, again, letting go. And that 40 minutes of dance basically scientifically took you to a point where you've exhausted and exerted so much energy that this mind doesn't have that much power left to keep going, or at least it's come down to a point where you have this open canvas in front of you where you're able to see through the gaps and the holes, and meditation happens at that point. And there's no technique or anything for it. It just happens at that point. So that is another meditation that I recommend, and it begins with dance. I know everyone can dance. I know everyone has danced, and if you haven't danced, oh my God, please, your life deserves it. Okay, you should dance. Go to a nightclub or something, even if you don't want to meditate. But dancing is great.
Kunja Sharma and Associates.
If you have debts,
Make a proposal, avoid bankruptcy.
stop garnishment, interest, and penalties.
Stop all collection calls.
Stop bank and income tax debts.
Go to
Kunja Sharma and Associates.
They told you no, they said they were sorry. Whatever the reason or credit story, it doesn't matter, we'll make it easy. Get approved with approval genie.
यहाँसँग बसेर रमाइलो गर्दा गर्दै आजको कार्यक्रमबाट म पनि जाने बेला भइसकेको छ। कुनै सुझाव सल्लाह छन् भने हामीलाई फेसबुक युट्युब मार्फत पनि इमेल गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। nepaltvcanada@gmail.com मार्फत पनि मेसेज पठाउन सक्नुहुन्छ भन्दै आजको कार्यक्रमबाट सम्पूर्ण युनिटका साथै म बुद्धि सागर बस्याल पनि बिदा हुन्छु।